So, carrying on the theme of massive AI data centers, OpenAI has agreed to buy 4.5 gigawatts of data center computing power for an estimated $30 billion annually. This is a massive deal for Google, who reported a little over $10 billion in annual revenue for this data center infrastructure business before the deal. OpenAI and Oracle are also partners with SoftBank and Abu Dhabi's MGX fund in the Stargate project, which plans to build $500 billion worth of data centers around the world. Is the whole world just going to be one big AI data center?
It certainly feels that way. These are massive amounts of data center capacity that are being built out. I mean, this is absolutely an awesome deal for Oracle. Three times quadrupling the scale. This is a new deal for three times the previous size, so that means four times the size of business now. 4.5 gigawatts of computing power. It's an interesting that as you get to larger data centers, and particularly cloud provider scale data centers, you don't measure them by square feet, you measure them by the power demand, the number of megawatts, or in this case, gigawatts of power the data center consumes, because that's really the design point for it. This is huge, and in that larger context of Stargate, it's going to be even huger. I mean, 500 billion, $500 billion worth of data centers around the world. Quite a bunch of those are being built in the US, but also in other countries around the world, because of course, there's lots of places where there's demand for this. Um, yeah, 4.5 gigawatts. Currently, that's a contract for roughly a quarter of the current data center capacity in the United States. So that will definitely involve a huge build out by Oracle supported by this contract. Uh, Potential new sites for this spread all across the United States, Texas, Michigan, New Mexico, through to Wyoming and Pennsylvania. Also close to the head office of the Tech Field Day team in Ohio. So this is a lot of build out. There's a bunch that's being built out in Abilene, Texas. 1.2 gigawatts of the Stargate is being built out there. And we heard from the data center startup Crusoe on AI Infrastructure Field Day, and they're one of the companies that is helping build out new clouds in locations where power is potentially otherwise being wasted or being delivered at very low cost. So this whole theme around putting data centers anywhere there is power to be had is going to continue, particularly with this massive growth of AI's data center sizes. Oracle is planning to buy about 400,000 of NVIDIA's GB200 chips to power just the Abilene data center. That's a massive amount of compute power that's being pushed into one place. Personally, I keep seeing this infinite growth, and anytime I see this sort of exponential increase in the size of something, I know for sure it can't go on forever. And exponential growth, by definition, cannot go on forever. It always has to come to a crisis at some point. I personally am very much hoping that the crisis is that we find a much more efficient and better way of running these AI applications and delivering value out. As Jenna just covered, there's some pretty big challenges with the way LLMs work. They're not necessarily delivering us the general purpose AI that we would like. So keep watching this space. Massive build out and investment is awesome. Hopefully massive value delivered back from them.